Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, where today I see that Shadowheart has deigned to rejoin us. Honestly, I didn't even notice she was missing until people pointed it out in the comments after our fight with Cole. In looking back at the footage, apparently I accidentally created a waypoint back in the hut we were exploring earlier, right near the bedroll. And I guess she just hung out there the entire fight. And then once we saved and reloaded for the new session, it cleared and she immediately ran to rejoin us. So, you know, welcome back. Not like we really had much trouble without her, though I imagine that might have changed had
another step forward.
Had Cole actually successfully gotten off that animate dead spell. Aside from that, we also have this, a small stash of gold, which I believe is the deep gnome stash hidden in the rubble that the dead Dwergar told us about. And then, aside from that, we do have something else that multiple people recommended. And, you know, I honestly just keep forgetting that the shapeshift illusion, the cantrip we get from our mask, actually physically changes our size for these interactions. It's just clearly not the way illusions are supposed to work, you know? But it does, so we'll take advantage. But I'll wrap my head around it eventually.
The wall is riddled with holes. A suffocating stench of long rotten meat wafts out. The passage narrows and bends. You're shoulder deep when your fingers brush against a fleshy tentacle. You flinch, but the tentacle is limp and cold. You push it aside and retrieve something loose, lying beneath.
Oh, Karlach, once again inspired by something batshit insane. Take an item from the carrion crawler nest. Sure, why not?
There's nothing left.
Don't need this no more. So what did that actually get us? A topaz, 60 gold. Anyway, let's get back to camp. We'll get some rest, chat up some companions. Ooh, this is new. See, this is pretty, but at the same time, it's also a big part of why I did not bother with decorating our main camp. Because our main camp changes. Let's chat up Halsin. That's on our to-do list.
You wish to speak?
Oh, just checking in real quick. Wanted to see how you're settling in.
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books. But I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about a lack of books. I am a bit of a bookworm. Just check the chest over there. There's like 200 to choose from.
Is that so? Well, nature does abhor waste. I will keep watch, thank you. I had a feeling time in your company would prove fruitful.
Huh, look at that. I actually like him slightly more now. He is ever so slightly more bearable. So tell me, how do you know so much about Illithid parasites?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Yeah, I guess that tracks. So what's up with this shadow curse you mentioned earlier? Is it really that big a deal? No one else has ever mentioned it.
It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
I mean, sure, yeah, that does sound like something that other people should have probably mentioned at any point ever, but sure, yeah, why not? And this subterranean stronghold, what do we know about that?
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
Cool, thanks. That really narrows it down. So, I'm guessing that you're, like, intrinsically tied to this whole Shadow Curse thing, right?
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Okay, so when you say stop the Shadow Curse, do you actually mean stop it, or is this like that time you told me you knew how to treat my parasite?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Cool. So more theories. Alright, Halson, I gotta go. One sec, let me do the rounds.
Seems the Githyanki are keen to reclaim the artifact I carry. I can't afford that to happen. In fact, none of us can. That thing is shielding us somehow. I don't want to know what happens if we lose it.
Wow, you really seem to be struggling with that drow hood. So, hey, Shadow, I've been thinking, and now that it's clear that Gith artifact is the only thing protecting us from the will of the Absolute, you do realize that if we hand it off to the Church of Shar, we have, like, immediate major problems, right?
A problem for another time. Hopefully, we'll no longer be in need of protection by the time my mission draws to an end.
Sure. On a similar subject, I couldn't help but notice you seem to take a pretty vested interest in Dark Justiciars when Halson brought them up earlier.
Wouldn't you be in my place? If there's even the slightest chance that Shar worshippers remain within our reach, we should try and find them. Even if they're all long gone, and that seems quite likely from what we know, who knows what they may have left behind for us to use? My people are nothing if not resourceful. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shar, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shar, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shar's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Yeah, it's super weird she would keep secrets from you. So, this whole obsession with becoming a Dark Justiciar, why keep that a secret? I mean, it's... You just straight up came out and told us you worship Shar. Is wanting to be a Dark Justiciar really that much worse?
Dark Justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shar would likely balk at a Justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
Right. Just more random, intrusive thoughts about how you should be a better worshipper of Shar. Nothing to be suspicious about there. Perfectly normal reaction to having doubts about worshipping Shar. We've all been there. So what do you think? Do you think your mother will ever permit you to worship Shar even more?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shar's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come.
You really shouldn't, but thanks. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. All right, Shadow, I've got to go. Don't worry, I'll get you out of that hood. I'll probably toss it to Asterion. But first, let's get some rest. You've had a long day with plenty of towering accomplishments.
Looking at something?
I mean, I was really just walking by, but sure, yeah, now I'm looking at something. So what's up? Just doing some self-reflection?
I'm looking too, but not seeing very much. Another quirk of my affliction.
Do you miss your face?
Preening in the looking glass. Petty vanity. Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red.
Yeah, that's gotta be awkward. What color were your eyes before?
I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost.
Oh, my mirror. All right, buddy, hold still.
What?
Well, as someone with ocular difficulties himself, I am somewhat sympathetic to your plight. I can see you, so what do you want to know?
I want to know what the world sees when it looks at me. What you see.
Well, the red eyes are definitely an attention grabber.
Oh. Go on.
You've got a fangy mouth. Makes it pretty obvious you're a vampire every time you smile.
Very good. Now just tell me I'm beautiful and we can call it a day.
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe pass on that. Karlach is beautiful. You're... okay. You know, for a dude who tried to open my throat on multiple occasions.
How dare you? I thought we had something special. Still, you're nice too. I better get some beauty sleep. It seems I need it if I'm to catch up with the competition.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, buddy. I am glad I didn't kill you, though. Again, he is growing on me. I do kind of like him now. Him and Lae'zel both. Jury's still out on Halsin. Alright, let's get some sleep.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
No comment on Volo picking my brain? Yeah, fair enough. So, what exactly should I be doing?
Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You are lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
See, I feel like that's something you really could have mentioned to me while Volo was sticking an ice pick in my eye. So tell me more of this sickness.
The absolute sames are not yet clear to me, but its progress towards domination is clear. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. You witnessed it yourself with Priestess Gut. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
And I do appreciate that, but you're not actually Squid Boss, are you?
It's complicated. But I'm an adventurer, just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go.
Wait, what's happening over there?
The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Interesting. You know, honestly, I kind of preferred the original plot where... Oh, hey, Scratch, what's up, buddy? One sec, hold that thought.
The dog holds a well-chewed ball in his mouth.
Hey, bud, what you got there?
All right. It's only fair that you enjoy it too. But if you feel like throwing it, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Well, that is quite a fetching offer, but, you know, before we get to that... Ah, you're such a cutie. I mean, you're no cat, but you're still alright. Scratch's ball. The exterior of this toy ball is rough with tooth marks. Okay, so we just... Love that sound effect. Ooh, what's this? Find familiar, Scratch. Level 1 conjuration, Scratch cannot be summoned in camp. Summon the best boy. Scratch's keen nose can discover many hidden things around the world. Wait, can I hand the ball off to other people, or does it have to be Auric?
Wanna dance?
Oh, no. Okay, fantastic. Assuming, of course, like other familiars, he doesn't actually die when defeated. If he does, we're never using it.
Looking ahead.
But yeah, just to finish my thought from earlier real quick, I kind of preferred the Dream Guardian when she was a manifestation of your brain parasite, not some separate remote NPC. But I am still intrigued. One sec, let me take care of our morning routine real quick. And we're back. Rested, refreshed, and now with Best Boy in tow. And first things first, let's check out this pier over here, which I guess we bypassed on the way in. Though I think we can get down over here somewhere. I think when we first came in, we just immediately got sidetracked by that house. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's get lights up. Make things slightly easier on the eyes.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Have to keep going. Something over there.
That might be worth a look.
Thank you, Scratch. Very nice. So Scratch can apparently detect hidden treasure. Not sure if he did the necklace, but he definitely did the buried chest. Necklace also seems to be too high to reach, but I think we can get it from above. We'll grab it on our way back out. Which should be momentarily. Looks like there's not that much over here anyway. Oh, don't tell me that's the boots that Cole was sent here to collect. Could we have gotten him to back off by just coming over here first? No, they would have updated our journal if those were the right boots. We do technically still have that quest available. It wasn't canceled when we killed Cole. The instructions were just updated to tell us to deliver the boots straight to his sergeant, as opposed to Cole. Though I can't really see us doing that, short of the escapee already being dead. Which is entirely possible. We have a map marker now, and it is pretty much smack dab in the middle of that explosive fungal field we saw back to the northeast.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Gold necklace. Worth a whole 35 gold. Well, into the hoard it goes.
No time to rest. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Alright, let's check out the rest of the village. In theory, we should have one survivor and a ruby still floating around somewhere. Oh, and I was warned not to use the Dwergar boat until we're completely done with this region and possibly the mountain pass as well, since apparently it's one of those point of no return situations. Yeah, see, and there's our runaway. In the fungal fields we glimpsed from the far side. Oh, and there's our adamantine forge, bit of a spoiler there. Plus the mountain pass up top. But today we finish the village. Let's keep poking around. Ooh. Crispy corpses. Next to what looks to be a collapsed mine. Interesting. Possible smoke powder explosion. More corpses up top as well. Crooked Wand of Fireballs. You can use an action to cast Fireball from this broken wand. All very nearby creatures must make a dex save. Targets take 8d6 fire damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. The metal of this wand is dented all along its shaft, and the tip is bent entirely out of place. Once per short rest. Well, that would certainly explain the crispy corpses. I mean, I could see ways we could theoretically get use out of that. I think we'll pass, though. We're certainly not hurting for damage output. Short Sword of First Blood. A magic short sword with Break the Unbroken. Deals an additional 1d8 piercing damage to targets that are still at full health. A golden blade, exquisitely made and astonishingly sharp. Neat. I think Asterion can get some use out of that. Ah, that's the Drow Shrine we saw earlier. Oh, dead Myconid. Next to a dead Dwergar. And there's the fungal field, so that must be where the Myconids are. I guess that would make sense. But again, we'll stay focused on the village today. We'll save the fields for next time. Another dead Dwergar. Oh. Well, okay. We appear to have a gargantuan susser tree back here. Which I guess would certainly explain why that comparatively tiny specimen we found behind Lenore's tower did not offer up any susser bark. We'll check that out after if we have time left. Faded Logbook, and Fables of Faerun Volume 4, The Magnanimous Miner. Fantastic. Yes, please. Let's give those a gander. Fables of Faerun Volume 4, The Magnanimous Miner. In the underground city of Mantal Dareth lived a deep gnome called Sadie and her father Sam. Each morning, the hard-working Sadie traveled to the nearby grotto, pick in hand, to mine gems. Each night, the lazy Sam would count them and demand even more. "You cannot rest until I am the richest man in all of Faerun." One day, Sadie encountered a stranger on her path home. A haggard creature, gray of skin and small of stature. "A Darrow!" exclaimed Sadie. "Please," said the Darrow. "I have no money and no home. I beg of you, a single ruby, so I might sell it for food." Sadie found pity in her heart and gave the beggar a ruby. She told her father about the Darrow upon returning home. "Do not believe his lies," warned Sam. "Darrow are selfish, demented creatures. Give him no more, lest I cast you away." The Darrow was waiting for Sadie the next day. "Please, give me 10 rubies so I might sell them for shelter." Sadie, moved by his plea, did as he asked and journeyed home, where Sam rebuked her. "An inferior haul," he said. "This will not stand." On the third night, the Darrow appeared in the grotto. 100 rubies, please, so I might feed my brothers and sisters." The kind-hearted Sadie handed the beggar her entire sack of gems. As he took it, there was a great flash of light. Where the beggar had stood was a massive gold dragon. "You prove yourself generous of heart and spirit. Come to my lair and share in my golden hoard." Sadie eagerly accepted, joining the dragon in his opulent hideaway. 1 year later, Sadie passed a beggar near the grotto, her own father, Sam. "Sadie, I have no money and no home," he said. "I beg of you, a single ruby, so I might sell it for food." Sadie found no pity in her heart and walked away. I mean, I feel like that might be a bit harsh, but I guess for a simplistic, moralistic tale, that's a fitting enough ending. While her father was certainly far from perfect, he had every reason in the world to warn her off of falling for what seemed like a pretty obvious Darrow ploy. Because last I checked, Darrow were like criminally insane, chaotic, evil opportunists. Faded Logbook. A logbook detailing the various expeditions of Burrow Warden Myrna. The inside cover reads, Burrow Warden Myrna. The pages are lined with neat calculations, equipment logs, and expedition notes. The final entry reads, Expedition 42. Back after a 10-day in the northern quadrant. 2 potential mining sites scouted. Discovered a vein of Erendur. Welso did a bang-up job, organized shifts, and led the first dig. Brother or not, he'll be a great burrow warden one day. But he needs to keep his temper in check and practice reading the stone. He's as blind as a surfacer sometimes. Planning to take him out later along the Ebon Lake to practice. Okay, so 1 familiar name and 1 new one. Myrna and her brother Welso. Which does not match either of the other names I've noted down for this location. Ironfoot and Wolbrin. Though based on context, it is possible that Ironfoot is a surname possibly shared by Myrna and Welso, especially given that whoever wrote the Tattered Journal was complaining that Myrna was basically letting Ironfoot slack off after his birthday celebration. Also, exact phrasing here could imply more survivors of the Dwergar attack. Myrna and Welso were theoretically away from the village when it happened, along the shore of the Ebon Lake. So 2, possibly even 3 survivors, depending on whether or not Welso and Ironfoot are the same person. Myrna also expressly highlighted 2 potential discoveries in the northern quadrant. And that's where we saw that giant susser tree, so yeah, I think we should definitely get a glimpse up there next. Both to grab some susser bark and to potentially check for survivors. Nothing else jumping out at me here, but I'll give it another sweep off screen. For now, we move on. Technically we are at time, but I'd like to at least take a peek. Another dead Myconid. Seems likely this is the cliff they forced the Dwergar to jump from. Oh, yeah, that looks like an entrance to what I will assume is like a Myconid grove. Oh, that might be where our survivors are. The named Deep Gnomes may have retreated into the adjacent Myconid village, and then the Dwergar got capped trying to run them down. Ah. There's that floating chasm creeper we kept spotting from down below. Oh, and signs of hostiles.
Let's not get caught off guard.
Let's get a quick peek. Ooh, hook horror. That's new.
Light on my feet.
Though somewhat lampshaded by that trophy we found back in Lenora's tower. Never really used these things much back in my DM days. But from what I recall, they were pretty basic brutes. No special abilities I recall off the top of my head. The hooks were for climbing, so I guess mobility? Yeah, this is definitely a hunting ground. Let's poke around a bit, see if we can find anything. Oh, I suppose if this is a susser tree, we should also be wary of susser blooms. Those might complicate things.
What's that?
Oh, hello. Oh, is that,
Should mind my step.
is that Lenora's...
The rock under your feet juts upwards, forming a perfectly engraved tombstone with a small epitaph. In memory of Myrna, a shining light in this dark world, may you forever gaze upon the lake you loved to play in.
Yeah, as curious and opportunistic as I am, I don't think I can bring myself to dig up someone's dead dog. That's not cool. Especially with Scratch here. Rest in peace, Myrna. You were a good girl.
The wind softly rustles the flower petals. Somehow, the grave feels whole again.
25 XP. Okay, I'll take that. That does make me feel validated for my decision.
This calls for careful footwork.
Looks like I can also steal back the flowers, but, you know, I will refrain. At least while people are watching. Really figured we'd find something on the remnants. That's slightly unexpected. You know what? Let's take this guy out real quick.
I'd love to, thanks. Got it.
Nice. Oh, shoot. Okay, well.
He's calling for backup. Might even the odds.
Yeah. That's not quite what I was going for. I was really hoping for a quick and easy fight, but, I guess we're in it.
I will ascend.
Let's be careful not to knock him into the void.
In my best interest.
Whoop. Just tagged 2 more in. Including a random drow? Nice.
Easy.
Yeah, we'll take this guy out easy, but
Ready.
now I'm worried about those other 2.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Time to press ahead.
What's going on with... Oh, he's right there. Philro the Forgotten. Philro. That was one of the, that was one of the drow that was vying with Dorn to discover the Adamantine Forge. Though I don't think that's the one who summoned the Spectator. I think that was Zargrim. Yeah, I've got it written right here. Also, more reinforcements incoming. No, thank you. Oh, yes, please, come down. Spoil sport. Fine, I'll bring you down.
Easy these days.
Okay, well that... I guess that also works. Ah. And no luck on the knockdown. The Hook Horror is preoccupied with calling in reinforcements, but let's not tempt fate.
Need to find a way forward.
We'll park the fighters on point.
Bye forever, pal.
Yeah, no other easy approach. We'll just
My path
dash.
is true.
Oh, right, actually. We'll get a good running start, and then see if we can shove this guy down. You will fall. He has fallen.
My turn.
And finish him off.
1, 2.
Nice. Sorry, Philro. Would have been nice to chat, but you didn't really seem like you were in the mood for it. Now let's start whittling the hook horror, though I'm not sure we can stop him from calling in another.
Need to stay focused.
Which I guess is fine. These guys haven't really been much of a threat so far. Nice tag. Still calling reinforcements. Now Shadow.
Give up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take it.
Fight. Let's go.
Oh. Okay, well, apparently it voluntarily stopped calling reinforcements. That is certainly a choice.
On my way.
I am fury. I am death.
I mean, on the one hand, I'm glad this isn't getting dragged out, but on the other, both of these horrors essentially wasted their turns, aside from that one swipe on Shovel. Feels like a bit of a waste, really. I mean, I'm not saying they should have more cutscenes that automatically thrust you into combat situations, but like they did it with the Spectator, why not do it here as well with Philro and his flock of hook horrors? He could have gotten a couple of lines, given us some context. We could have gotten a cool cinematic introducing a new foe. I suppose it is a double-edged sword, though. You do that too often, then you'll get players
all that matters.
Complaining that you're trivializing stealth builds. Shovel? Revenge! Oh, half-eaten gnome, that's no good. Saucer Bloom. So yeah, we do have to watch out for magic suppression fields. Yeah, might as well loot the place real quick. We're already here.
Never wanted the easy path.
Nothing notable on the gnome. Hooks used for Elixir of Vigilance, which certainly implies we've got more hook horrors ahead of us. Ooh, and an Ancient Sigil. Wow. Feels like we just passed one like 200 feet back. let's fill in some details. We're already running long. Might as well run a little longer. Icy crystal. This crystal is freezing to the touch, no matter how long you hold it. Shallow grooves run along the bottom, as if it used to be attached to something. Right, that's part number 2 of our 3-part staff. Oh, speak with Dad. We should definitely get that running. Though first, let's get a gander at these. Tattered Scroll. An unfinished magical scroll of questionable quality. An unfinished conjuration scroll marred by teeth marks and dried slobber. A few words emerge from the muddle. Skaren Ixen Svelg. Magma. 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 That's hot. Scribbled notes. The unedited reflections of a mad wizard. Scattered notes are scrawled by a chaotic hand. Protector. Guardian of the Adamantine Forge? From magma rose, only in magma destroyed. Hot. Hammer. Hot. Hammer. Where? A small map is drawn underneath, marked by numerous X's. The following words are scratched beneath it. Dorn knows. Yeah, he most certainly did. Not that it really worked out for him in the long run. Something's guarding that forge, and it's weak to this hot hammer. Cool. Good to know. Thanks. So I guess we have to find the other part of this tattered scroll, perhaps. Alright, Vilro, let's have a quick chat, but then we really do need to call it. Oh, shoot, I forgot.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
I forgot to disguise first, but apparently it doesn't matter. Tell me, my friend, who were you in life?
Forgotten. Forsaken.
Oh, you didn't seem forgotten or forsaken by your friends here.
My pack found me, fed me, gnome flesh.
I mean, buddy, that was clearly a choice on your part. You had perfectly good produce up there. How'd you end up here, anyway?
Chasing mystery, riddle, lie, the adamantine forge.
Should have just followed the quest markers. So what's up with this guardian you wrote about?
Protector of the adamantine forge, born from hellish heat, in hellish heat, destroyed.
Huh. And this adamantine forge, anything else you can tell me about that?
Workshop of Great Silu, Yali, artifacts beyond price.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Siluv Yali. Not a name we've heard before, I think, but I will make note of it. Okay, well, obviously we've run a bit long today, but I wanted to make sure we got some decent exploration in, and I think we did. That's it. I did glimpse another hook horror just down the way, so we definitely have to call it here. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, double back, grab all that stuff that I walked past on the way in, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, Theory V23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
Is that so? Well, I will keep watch. Thank you.